Syla to fall! Liquid are doing it!
And we are too. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for more action on the B stream. I would say it's the A stream because we're casting Winter, LGD versus Fnatic.
What do you think about this?
Interesting.
A Brood.
Fnatic do run the Brood, but do they first phase pick it?
I think I saw
Vega's the only team that does that.
Vega and
consistently.
VP.
And yeah, and VP, I guess that's true. But even VP, it's been more lately like a second or third phase. And actually, I do want to. We're gonna take a look at the standings here, just so we can kind of gauge where we are at.
Okay, sure. So LGD has opened a draft with a Wyvern, and Fnatic just responds with a Queen SB, very strong, lane setup. With the Queen, if you go Queen mid and support Speedbreaker roaming, and LGD is actually going for a dire Shadow Fiend. Interesting.
So LGD started off today by 2-0ing Digital Chaos, a team that, I mean, frankly, all of these teams should be planning to 2-0.
That is really chaotic.
A team that is not really a team.
A team that's really chaotic.
Put a chip in the jar. I'm going to make a jar for that.
How is that even a meme?
It's not even a meme, it's just a terrible pun. A team that is really chaotic, get it? Digital Chaos? Come on, can't say that with a straight face. So yeah, they won the game they're supposed to win, but they've yet to face eHome or Secret. This will be kind of a stepping stone for them. They get to get the two easier teams on paper out of the way first. And Fnatic, meanwhile, just got done losing a game versus eHome 2-0. I talked to Ohio, ran into him on my way back from the bathroom. And he seemed pretty chipper. You know, Ohio's a very friendly, like, upbeat guy in general.
He said that we should have won that game.
Yeah, he didn't seem phased by it, which is good news for the Fnatic fans.
So right now, I mean, it's still pretty weird to have Shadow Fiend on dire side, and especially when you know the Radiant already picked Queen of Pain plus Speedbreaker, so they didn't have the option to pick the SF early anymore. So if you are really worried about the SF, you would still be able to ban it. So interestingly enough, LGD chose to go for it on the dire side. Let's see how they make it work. They're banning out the Ice Blast and even more aggression from Fnatic. But I think I like the Undying ban a lot more. It's gonna not allow Fnatic to play very aggressive. If they have Undying, Speedbreaker, and Queen, they could just like run them over in the early game.
Yeah, interestingly, I mean, don't you have to ban Darkseer here?
Oh, okay. They could have just opened Wyvern plus Darkseer. Wyvern
okay, well, I think Fnatic's like, oh, there's still Darkseer. All right, let's make sure we get it. So.
Wow, that is actually so weird. Like, if they could have actually even banned the Darkseer instead.
And they're also dire, or they still prefer the Shadow Fiend.
Okay, beats me. And
I mean, maybe it's pretty beastly.
Imagine their draft. If they went for Wyvern plus DS, and they could have got the Ember as well. These three heroes together, you just.
Well, I guess at that point you ban the Ember.
I guess so. So LGD.
You probably ban that. Then you ban the Ember too.
Now you have to pick the Ember, right? Because what if Fnatic goes for the Ember? They have Ember, Darkseer, Speedbreaker, and Queen.
Right. This is actually really bad for LGD.
That is really bad if they actually give up those heroes.
And so, like, if you went the other way, you ban TA and Ember, if you're Fnatic, and then LGD can still take Shadow Fiend, and they have the Darkseer.
Yeah.
So they're in so much of a better position. Yeah, maybe they just I think they honestly just weren't really thinking about it.
Yeah, the very simple stuff about pick order, affects a lot about the strategy. Which hero you pick first, which hero you prioritize more. You could ultimately still be aiming to go for the same strategy, but by having a different pick order, you change the course of, the pick phase a lot.
The course of humanity.
The course of future.
It's the butterfly effect.
And you actually,
because of this action,
you would actually
ROTK will never win another Dota game. He will retire alone.
You would provide our grandsons more of a safer future. More oxygen, less haze.
Okay. Yeah, guys, they've been giving us some weird stuff while we're here, and I think it's finally starting to get to winter. Help, please, somebody. Call an ambulance. I think the smog. It's the smog.
Don't call.
It's the smog.
Don't
call
911. Don't call 911, please.
Is it 911 here, or is it a different number?
No, it's 322 here.
You're so dank. You're so dank. All right, LGD pick number 3. Are they still in the game? Okay.
They're still in the.
Well, there was one time when I was casting with. Was it you or was it Merlini? I think I was casting with one of you guys, and like a team, like, they did, like, the first round of bans, and then they took, like, a minute and a half on the second ban before someone checked the lobby chat and saw there was a remake.
10
So
seconds remaining.
now I'm paranoid about it.
Earth Shaker.
And they say, let's go with Shaker.
Man, so you pick Ember, right? If you're Fnatic here.
Yeah, why not?
Ember is
They have
one
no,
of your strongest
they have
pick
no
here.
catch, really, until they get a blink of the Shaker.
I mean, LGD has superior team fight, like very, very strong team fight with Shaker, Shadowfiend, and Wyvern. But when you have the Ember, you don't unnecessarily need to run into a team fight. You can just keep split pressuring, forcing rotations, and you just use your ability to
10 seconds
just split push
remaining.
better and gank better with the SB plus Ember, and even you can even get an early
5
axe on the
seconds
Queen to make sure you
remaining.
defend the waves. You keep pushing out the waves with your Sonic Wave, so you actually slow LGD's 5-man a lot.
Reserve time.
I could see that being a very good plan for Fnatic.
Yeah.
Witch Doctor.
Who's the...
Witch Doctor,
Huh.
why isn't Ember
Why
really?
Witch Doctor?
I don't know. I feel like Ember could have been a very solid pick here, but Witch Doctor does provide them team fight.
They've got a lot of team fight. If he wasn't so damn awful now, I would say Faceless Void would look pretty sweet to round things out.
The man without a face.
I miss that hero. He's also fun in pubs because, like, if you just don't like want to count on your team, oftentimes the
10 seconds
1v5.
remaining.
Those are the good old days.
Tugna.
Oh my god, this is
All right,
the off-lane Pugna.
the ROTK special.
Off-lane
I think the
Pugna.
only guy who's running Pugna, and definitely the only guy who takes him off.
Nah, Bone 7 as well. Occasionally.
Bad memories, man. Too soon. TI5, Cloud9 fans, they cry
10
out
seconds remaining.
all at once, as if the life had been snuffed
Yeah, but
out of them.
the
5
question
seconds
is
remaining.
And
who
Eternal
else?
Envy had abandoned his friend
the question,
and lover.
the question was who else played Pugna, so it,
Reserve time.
Bone 7.
Play implies that there's some level of competition involved. There was no competition in that Pugna game.
That was not the only Pugna game he played, dude.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone remembers. Actually, I don't even think it was him. I think it was No Tail on it that game, wasn't it? It was like a support Pugna
Misery.
or Misery, yeah. But Pugna, what do you think of Pugna?
It's good versus
Why don't we see him more?
good versus Queen of Pain and Darkseid, but very, very squishy. He's like tofu, he's like papers, easy to kill,
10
and with a meta
seconds
that
remaining.
constant fighting is happening, you constantly kill the Pugna, so Pugna is useless, so no Pugna.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
you think Pugna's bad?
He's just a very weak. He's too squishy though. Like, and his item selections is like you have to build tanky, so you sometimes you can't. You want to run Pugna as a pusher, and you can't build mech on him because he's very weak. So you have to build. You have to go for someone else that builds the mech, and Pugna builds more tanky items, like maybe a Bloodstone or Aghanim's or Necrobolt.
So Fnatic banned the Clinks, which is interesting because the way that I look at their lineup, I'd be more worried
10
about like
seconds
something like
remaining.
a Juggernaut with the healing ward to really
Oh yeah,
sustain the
I agree.
push.
Juggernaut would have been
5
maybe a
seconds
little bit
remaining.
better, or maybe a lot more better. Clinks does provide you,
Clinks
with,
will do better against Darkseer in the
Yeah.
lane,
Reserve
probably.
time.
and it pressures a lot more, I'd say. So, but they have SB though. SB is really good versus Clinks.
So
Even
they
though
want something greedy for black. You know he's sitting there like, give me anti-mage, guys. I'll carry this. That's what black is every game. Black
Oh,
always wants to
oh
farm.
yeah, when you talk about why they didn't pick Ember, because Black doesn't play Ember. That's
But
why. Oh, but
they got DJ Chrissy, man.
they can put
Into house.
they can actually put
Chrissy's a
no, they can even put Mushi on Ember and Black on Queen.
Mushi Ember.
Anti-mage.
Why?
They picked the anti-mage.
I got this, guys. I'll see you in 40 minutes.
40? Nah. Oh, Sala is a great response to anti-mage. They have a lot of minus armor now, which makes anti-mage very, very squishy against that. But they have a very clear plan for Fnatic. They're gonna split push, try to get pickoffs with SB, try to buy time, try to drag the game. And they have another option, which is also to win the early game very hard, because they have Queen, SB, Witch Doctor. All these heroes are very, very, very good in the lanes. And if you look at LGD's lanes, they have defensive supports, which is the Shaker and Wyvern. Their job is to make sure that you don't kill the Shadowfiend too much, otherwise he's gonna have a miserable time because he's not on he's not on Radiant, he's on Dire.
Yeah.
So I could see the supports doing primarily stacking work and trying to make sure that Shadowfiend doesn't die to the SB and Queen. So
10
I guess the
seconds
Shaker would be
remaining.
always in middle lane. He would spend a lot of time just camping and making sure the charge doesn't come.
Ooh, it's actually a Sylar Pugna. Interesting.
TP sprint plays a what? Is the Slardar skilling
Prepare
sprint
for
Ah,
battle.
he's doing the next level. The next level ward.
against
TP
Net?
mid, run
Do-
bottom,
does
and they
it-
won't see it coming.
Does it work versus Net?
Yes, it does.
Oh, Net is not the one.
No, Ohio. Oh, he's just out of
Oh,
range.
he's not in range. You didn't see him. Oh, yeah. He's gonna run out unscouted as well. Oh my god.
You sneaky
Oh
snake.
my god. ROTK.
This guy. Give him an MVP medal. Yeah. He knows he's a badass.
I'm invisible.
I'm sexy and I
Know
know
it.
it. RTK. It's just, it's funny because this is easily the ugliest character in the history of Dota. This is uglier than the Dota
No.
1 Slardar by far.
It's, you know what could, you can never be uglier than the Dota 1 Bounty Hunter. Remember the
30
Dota 1
seconds.
Bounty
I'm trying to
Hunter?
remember what he looks like now. Oh, yeah, that little that face that he had. It looked like a sock puppet or something.
That was pretty bad. It was really, really bad.
And the other thing is, he was actually impossible to click in Dota 1. I don't know if you remember that. That was like
Oh, Black!
almost a bug. It's okay, I'm anti-mage, guys. I got this.
Oh my god, that was far too close for
Oh,
comfort.
that really hurts though. He's gonna have to blow a salve already.
The
Only
battle
4 tangos
begins.
left.
Alright,
So make
and
things fun
the
bottom.
feature will help ROTK get level 2.
Worthy tribute.
So
I mean,
that,
granted, Slardar not really the best hero to pressure an AM in the lane, but Black is gonna be off to a slow start.
yeah, the thing is like Sada later in the game is really good versus AM because of the M damage and because of the tempo he provides. It's gonna allow them to rush quickly. They can group up faster. Anti-mage doesn't want you to end the game quick. So with the Sada, they can actually speed up the tempo of the game.
Just a moment here while I get my earbuds so I can actually hear what's going on.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was sitting on it.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Ew.
I know you
I
appreciate
gotta put
it.
this in my ear now? Alright, I'm gonna disinfect this real quick. I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
Dude,
Alright.
my pants are clean.
The floor that your pants are sitting on may not be, though, Winter, I have to tell you.
And then it's not my fault.
That doesn't change anything for me. Alright, well, maybe I blame you a little less. But anyway, we're underway. So, looking at the lanes here, it's the good old Mushi Quap mid. Mushi, he used to be the god of mid.
SB is gonna help him in the mid lane.
The ward battle emerges here. How do you
Oh,
rate Mushi's? Oh, hold on.
Net. Oh, he's gonna get figured.
Where you go? Yeah, they forced out the fissure. He doesn't make it down the hill.
So you were asking me how do I rate what?
How do you rate Mushi nowadays? Do you still consider him a premier mid? Do you feel like he's fallen off?
He seems.
I know
really-
you're friends, so it's
He
a
seems
little
really
tricky.
just distracted nowadays. Like he's not as good as his previous plays
Radiant's
and
middle
mid before
tower is
because
under
he's been
attack.
spending a lot of time. It happens when you're captaining a team though. You can't really focus on your own play because you need to take care of a lot of stuff.
So do you just attribute it to the extra responsibilities
Yeah.
he has?
I think when he was playing really well, like he wasn't the captain of the team. Like even in Orange, there was a point of time he wasn't drafting, but he was
It
playing.
was
Extinct
Extinct,
was
right?
drafting and he was playing very well in the mid role.
Why gets charged? That's a haste rune. Yeah, fun time.
Yeah, and even in DK as well, because he wasn't drafting, so he was able to focus
That's
a
just
lot.
running on mid, maybe.
He's level one.
There's no bash yet, but he's still going for it. Ugh. That very bold maneuver. Yeah, RTK already level 3 in the off lane, so getting that early harass out as well as the fissure, definitely paying off here. Speaking of the fissure, DDC will now rotate mid, wants to protect his buddy. Looks like DJ Chrissy also having a very good time in the off lane. And how are you feeling about the Pugna so far? He's just farming, constantly being pressured by the Darkseer. Isn't this an issue for Pugna? Like normally this is a hero that looks to take the tower early.
Yeah, but he needs
But
the
he's getting
level.
pushed.
He needs the levels first. That's number one. And I think that he's going to wait for the mech timing from the SF. I don't really think that Pugna will actually build the mech this game. I really feel like when you play Pugna, you need more stats, you need more HP on
He's
the
too
hero.
squishy.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
he's just too squishy. So I think that you wait till that timing where you have mech on SF, and even level 4 wards on Pugna, level 4 blast, level 4 wards, and then you start to be grouping up the met like a lot more to take towers.
Now the charge from Net. Still only
Radiant's
level
top
1 here
tower
though.
is going on,
Arctic
though.
Burn's
He's not
available.
gonna get
Net
that
is
kill.
YOLOing in, and Net is YOLOing his way right back to the well at this rate. DDC, last hit. Oh, thank you very much. And Sylar the
what
one to
was
get it.
that?
I have no
He
idea.
didn't even have an iron. Okay, if he had an iron shell, on
Even
game,
then, I don't
if
think.
he had an iron shell, I could at least make the argument that he was trying to get a solo kill. But without the Iron Shield, what was he actually trying to get from that?
And normally, and even then, it's not normally you just running with the one Iron Shell. You both run in with Iron Shells and you just start hitting them.
Yeah.
Like, not one at a time.
It's like the Darkseid didn't want to go in, and SB was insisting go in.
I guess he's just role-playing Spirit Breaker.
And
I have to break their spirits by feeding them
By
kills.
the way, you can only roleplay at least when you have level 2, so you can actually have the bash to break their spirits.
Yes. Instead, he just breaks his own face and dies.
he becomes the true faceless one.
Yeah, hey, we wanted a void, right? That's one way to get it. Won't have much left at this rate. So, maybe doing pretty well in the mid lane, all things considered. 19-4, Mushi is winning, but, you know, pretty much what you expect.
Queen has to win more, you know.
Yeah. And they're stacking as well, so maybe gonna have a good time here off in the woods.
SF is gonna start to pull ahead right now. Every time I see a SF reach level 5, he's gonna just pull ahead in the laning phase.
But the good news for Fnatic is just total free farm on the anti-mage. How do you see the tempo of this game?
Free farm anti-mage is not gonna win you this game. I feel like because of the composition of LGD, even if you free farm, it doesn't guarantee you to win, like an easy win compared to some games. AM free farm is not going to be able to do very well against the AM damage, and the Pugna tempo, Pugna plus Slala tempo is going to be very, very fast.
They have DDC in reserve. Fissure comes out, but it only hits on Ohio.
He
Free to pain ult over the top. Mushi
Oh my
smacks
god,
him in the mouth.
he didn't actually hit the Fissure onto the SB, which was the more crucial target to Fissure.
And he didn't get the Quap, who had all the damage.
Quap was invis, so
Yeah.
can't blame him.
Well, he like kind of he revealed like right.
yeah,
as
but
it
he
damaged,
had to
yeah.
Fissure the SB so the SF could actually run further.
Instead, he only got Ohio, who, as it turned out, was not really needed.
And
anyway.
Ohio already dropped his coconut.
Yeah.
So
Forget about mangoes. This guy's the original fruit dealer.
you're very creative, Mr. Gorman.
Charge on the mid lane, though, maybe. Is he really going to be able to make it out? He's got a couple stick charges. Fissure comes out, turns on the Mushi. Almost finishes him 45 health. They didn't. Oh, Splinter Blast not in range, it looks like. So net, in the end, will get harassed down a bit, but should be able to make it away.
Yeah, he
Close call
actually
there.
used the C race, the longest race on me. He didn't actually.
I think
He
he thought he
expected
would
the
have
kill.
it.
Yeah, he expected the kill. So
Raise in one auto attack.
he raised and one auto attack instead of using the double race. And when he realized he needed more to get the kill, he already was out of range, so he couldn't actually get the second race off.
I still, like you said though, I feel main thing is that maybe he's not dying here, and he's clearing out all his stacks now. So super fast mech likely coming. RTK. Oh, it's his turn to show up mid. This is apparently the danger zone. There's no Queen of Pain ult though, and maybe he's hasted. Mushi's already committed his way forward. He may go down to this aggression. RTK just keeps on running forward.
He redeemed himself with that triple race on the
Yes.
top.
Swags all over Mushi, brings him down. And now the pressure begins to mount a little bit on an ascetic, agitating dude in the bottom lane.
He actually loves magic.
I do not like this mask at all. The only mask that's appropriate to wear on anti-mage is the burning mask.
Because then you're the only true anti-mage.
I mean, this is Little B God, you know? Where's the respect for burning? Is Black trying to stretch his wings, become his own man?
At some point, you need to be independent.
The baby has to leave the nest.
Yeah, the baby needs to find his own path. He needs to be clear of his own directions instead of just following. Someday the following will end and you have to be the leader.
So that day, though, he's just got a shitty anti-mage hat. Oh boy, this is going to be some fast big items here for maybe. Up to 3,800 gold. Despite all the pressure mid, they have utterly failed to slow down the Shadow Fiend. He sits 1-1-0, but you wouldn't know it from the net worth. And the Pugna also doing extremely well. Sylar, though, does grab a rate of
the
regen.
one going for
Is he the mech?
I guess.
Could be a Force Staff, but doesn't seem like
not for some.
not something you would rush.
Not this game.
Not this game, anyway. Yeah, I'm with you, though. I feel like tanking up the Pugna is nice. Like,
Yep.
maybe Necro Book for the Pugna.
Even the drums early would be nice. Oh, here we go. They slowed him with the Decrepify, the stun from Slada, easy.
Predator coming in, little medical assistance, does get off the wall though, the 2-hero charge
Oh,
on the
here comes
Quapple! Mushi looking for the turnaround plays, Zap on the Sylar, blasting and retreating.
It's a good trade.
Shaker for Darkseer.
It's
And the
the
Quap
way.
committed her ult.
I have actually affected everyone in the house. Every time the queen's ulti is down, everyone says, okay, the queen ulti is down now.
Well, it's a really low cooldown though. It's 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know because I've been saying it all the time, so everyone has been saying it as well at the house.
Dire's bottom tower is
You
under
invented
attack.
it. You invented saying the Queen's ulti is down. You're a pioneer.
I mean,
they
yeah,
charge.
it's a really long cooldown, so yeah.
And it's a 1-for-1, and they lose the Dark Seer.
And they
It's the more
traded
important.
support for position 3, so
Yeah. Help me! Somebody kill me! Too late.
Dire's bottom
No
tower
deny.
is under attack.
And this is just freeing up Black on the bottom lane at the very least. So they lose their Slardar. LGD playing a bit reactionary.
can you go back to the Pugna? Did he actually complete the mech?
Yep. He sure did. Whoa. Mushi.
Dire's
Mushi's
top
in very
tower is
deep.
under attack.
Maybe making things happen. Want to make sure you don't block him on the wrong side. Oh,
A little too early. He needed to wait more before the Shadow Fiend gets.
oh,
closer.
Mushi. Courier as well. He's got a, like, oh, it does get the delivery off at least.
Dire's
So
top tower is
now
under
maybe getting juked. Mushi with the plays. He's going to make it out. I just did not expect that sequence of events. Sorry, Mushi. That deserved better hype. But yeah, that was a pretty big moment there for MGod. If it's still fair to call him that.
Dire's
Don't worry,
top tower
I
is
forgive
under
you. I
attack.
forgive you on behalf of Mushi
Dire's
because
top
that was
tower
not
has
acceptable.
fallen. Radiant's
But
structures
right,
are
but
fortified.
right now, Mist Doctor just loses a lot of his mana, so it's the ward is.
That's so obnoxious when that's happening though. Also bottom lane, looks like Slardar was making his move on the anti-mage, but just calmly blinks away.
This might be the game that you want to get BAB first item on Queen, no? Against the Pugna.
He's gone Orchid.
So he will still be very vulnerable towards the Pugna ward in the team fight. You actually die so quickly if you just cast your Scream plus Wave, if you don't have BKB in the team fight. It's actually very difficult to play Queen against the Pugna early game.
Maybe they begin the siege now. LGD grouping up. Mushi. Let's see if he can keep the big
This
swag
is-
plays coming.
This is their timing with the mech on. Even though it wasn't on the Shadow Fiend, the Pugna mech is still very strong with the SF right now. Their 5-man is just much better.
Radiant's middle tower
Cash tries to slow it down, but they make their move on the top. MMY desperately wanting his level 6. He's going to flap into the trees, but you can't escape this fella. Bashes him in a little bit deeper. Then they back and almost clear a way out for maybe. Perhaps he can escape. Just calmly flaps back to the tower.
Dire's
And here
bottom
comes the
tower
backup
is under
inbound.
attack.
Yeah, coming in hot. LGD looking not only for the kills, but then more importantly, Winter, for the objectives. They will sweep in onto net. Fissure. He has a charge. Is there an enchant totem to cancel it? Nope, not going to be able to do so. As Net gallops away
Fortified.
down to the low ground. Will escape. RTK cracking level 6 at the same moment though. Mushi making his next rotation. Orchid well underway, and they're going to get it soon at this rate as RTK gets focused down. Look at it go. Kill secured. Black wanted to monoflake for that. Couldn't get it off in the end. So they've got a fast Battle Fury coming now for Fnatic.
How
The
is
split push will be
Bottom
strong.
tower
how is
is
Lala
under
working
attack.
towards his spring?
Not very well.
Radiant's top tower is
RTK
under
is
attack.
disgustingly poor.
Radiant structures
Even
are
if his team
fortified.
is ahead in towers. Oh no, they're actually not ahead in towers. Oh dear.
They have no control for Black, really. Like no blink on the Slardar. It's
Dire's
a hard
structures
support or
are
shaker.
fortified.
Hard supports Lala as well.
They don't
Dire's
even have
bottom
Winter's
tower
Curse
is
yet.
under
This,
attack.
you said it's not really an anti-mage game, but at this point, Winter, it just might be.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's
attack.
pretty far ahead,
Yeah, but they can still easily kill him if they find him with their heroes.
but they need the blinks, I feel like.
Yep, they need the blinks on the Slada first. Then they can discuss about that. But Slada's gonna die again.
Oh, look at it go.
Cast will bounce onto RTK, gets the 2-hero crush, drops low to this. Pop ult available. Fissure,
My God, that
counterplay,
sh-
now
he
they
sh- he
deploy the
should have-
wall.
He should have used the Sonic Wave fight, I think, for that. It was worth it. Because Slada is trying to get their crucial blink for the team. So that kill, even though if you use Sonic Wave on one hero, I think it was a worth Sonic Wave for that.
Well, opportunity missed there, perhaps, for Mushi. What is he maybe going for? S and Y?
Yep.
Gonna grab
Just
his
more
Yasha now.
stats at this point and more movement speed just to farm faster and just to, you want to reach the time where you get the Roche and you're
Radiant's
ready to
middle
fight
tower
and
is
you're
under
very strong.
attack.
SMY is just the item he needs to be able to, just get them more stats and more movement speed for team fights, whatnot. I don't think they can actually wait for the Slada's blink though. They can just go for a smoke play and get for a Roshan and just keep playing
The
from
smoke revealed by Mushi. Nicely done through the tree line. Did they see it coming from this ward? I'm not sure, but either way, they see it now. He blinks back, he'll dodge away. LGD congregating bottom. Looks like they want to push. And elsewhere, Net just hunting. poor
Radiant's
RTK.
Is he really hunting or placing wards?
He has no ward, so I would say he's hunting.
Scouting.
Alright. He is rather not very scary. This is an underwhelming Spirit Breaker game so far.
Radiant's bottom tower has
But they're still
fallen.
doing a good job at this point, like speed pushing and forcing LGD to move around. They're not getting.
I don't think LGD is getting nearly enough, to be
No,
honest.
they're not. They are losing towers that are like giving away even trades, and against anti-mage you want to be taking and not giving away anything in return.
And this is this is like the anti-mage Quap's tempo. You know, very like tower trading, getting free farm on AM, occasional pickoffs, not being forced to fight 5v5 at all really. And it buys time for your Darkseer now. Only the level 1 back and wall, but they have a little more space. They amp up Black. They see him, but they can't punish him.
Yeah, more importantly, he already has the mech completed on Darkseer, and right now it's just more about catching out on levels and just trying to get speed push. Like, you're always speed pushing at a safe distance because you can Iron Shell and just hide behind and go jungle, so you are relatively safe from dying a lot.
They just have no catch. Like, until they get the blink, they're just, oh, well, that's the one item that Fnatic wanted to lay. Net charges in. He gets cursed. Not the biggest deal if they lose him, but LGD brings more heroes in. They'll get the kill. Who cares?
It's still worth it.
Darkseer farming bottom.
They lost only a
Mushi taking mid.
Yeah, they lost only a support and everyone else is using
It's
the
actually a
mech.
win for Fnatic because they get the mid tower now. And Mushi gets
I
left
agree.
in.
They get a lot
Dire's
more
middle
from
tower
that trade
has
alone.
fallen.
Orchid is coming soon. Just needs that last quarter staff, it looks like. Fnatic gearing up for a fearsome mid game. And
Yeah,
definitely a needed win
even though
after the 2-0
though I
against
mentioned
C-Home.
yeah, even though I mentioned he needed BKB this game, but the Orchid is going to help him because the way they are playing, they need to just speed up, buy space, get
Dire's
pickoffs here and
bottom
there,
tower
the
is
occasional
under
pickoffs, and
attack.
Orchid is going to help with the occasional pickoffs that they are looking for in this game.
Tower deny. Mushi, no, 2 towers in a
Dire's
row.
Double
bottom tower
damage.
has fallen.
What a
They might
value.
even just camp.
They're hunting. They want RTK top lane. Can they delay this a bit further? Another strike. He's got the range. Brings him right back. On a void to secure it. Kapow. Maybe we'll try to turn this one around though. Has the Requiem available. Lets the Razes fly. Looks like he should get net. But he can't get the crucial kill, which is Black. And then, by the way, bottom.
Yeah, they were
Pugna
camping.
just got massacred.
They were waiting. This is a very typical Mushi play.
Okay,
he
if the
pushes the
team
tower and just camps and just waits for someone to actually overstep their boundaries.
If the team with the Darkseer
Dire's
Quap
bottom
anti-mage
tower
is
is under
crushing at 16 minutes against a Pugna draft, you're
screwed.
mega screwed. They're high grounding LGD Winter.
It just,
Strategically,
yeah,
I feel like this game should almost just be over.
it just came down to the fact that
Dire's
the
middle
Slaughter
tower
has
is
his
under
blink delayed
attack.
too much, and
What do you think that was just RTK being too selfless, or
that's one thing, and dying as well as another thing. But the main thing is, I always talk about when you draft Slaughter on the off lane. I remember I said it during the Vega game when they had Mag on the Slaughter and they ditched him and they didn't help him at all. Even though this game they had the early fissure to help him get level 2 and level 3. But it's not only the levels that's important, that the goal he gains for the blink is also really crucial this game because he's the only catch his team has, That's why I felt like they probably would have gained more if they paired the Slaughter with a Lich to make sure that he gets farm in the lane. Instead of just, oh, I'm dropping a fissure, you're gonna get level 2, level 3, and I'm just leaving you after that.
well, this is one option for Fnatic. They do have the Roche lineup, or sorry, for LGD.
But
get
this
that.
rush doesn't feel like it's gonna change a lot though. And I think it's just gonna use the time to speed push and try to get something done.
Uh-oh. This could be bad.
But they don't see.
No, they saw the
see-
smoke.
No, I mean did they see the rush?
Has fallen to
But they can still take the fight, though. I think.
DDC in great position though, and they see him. Maybe proudly walks up, marches onwards, and now the pings started coming. The back, the walls there. Pretty good start to the fight. Fissure interrupts it though. Mushi in a bit of danger. He may have to back away. They charge on the silo. They commit. The Coconut keeps on bouncing. They're going to delete the Pugna for the fight off the bat. And Shadow Fiend also unable to fight. Fnatic face rushing into an Aegis mid-game lineup and winning with an anti-mage. Yeah, let's just 5-man with the Vlads. Why not? It works. They get the kill. They push in the lanes, and now Black has total free reign over the enemy wards. They may lose Mushi. Vision doesn't have the range.
Well, this is looking from bad to worse for LGD, even though the team just secured an Aegis.
The fact that Fnatic wasn't even like they didn't even hesitate. They're like, oh great, they got Aegis. Let's go kill them with an Aegis.
They're just much stronger now. They have more levels and they have much better way of executing their team fight because of the Darkseer and Witch Doctor. They didn't even have to blow Sonic Wave for that fight.
I mean, let's go back to the draft because that to me is the key thing here. Where LGD, they had a first pick Wyvern. They could have taken Darkseer second. Instead, they grabbed the Shadow Fiend on the Dire side. Had they taken the Darkseer second, Fnatic most likely banned TA and Ember there. And then you could still get the Shadow Fiend and you have the Darkseer.
Really
or if they don't ban one of them, then you get Ember or TA with Darkseer, which is probably even better.
Yep.
So I wouldn't say that like they lost based on the draft, but they just could have had such a good position going into phase 2. And they have an Ember, they have a great Ember player in maybe, so that's definitely as well as TA. So it's not like they can't run the hero. I mean, most teams have one.
Yeah, I just wonder why they prioritize the SF. Like, Fnatic are not even gonna pick it right away, right? Because they already went for the Queen and the SB.
She's just being a jerk to Sylar bottom lane.
He used the Sonic Wave though. It's a long.
It shows you how confident Fnatic are that like they don't need that for a team fight because it's never gonna happen in their eyes, unless they make it happen.
Unless they choose to take a team fight. But right now, Fnatic is just in a really, really great position right now. Cruise control of the game, even though the fact that the opponent has the
big
Aegis.
old blink dagger reveal. Little voodoo jester. I get the witch doctor.
That was not a very useful kill though. They didn't get vision down, and it's not a core. Like
and that's no objective. It doesn't turn into an objective.
Yeah, that is like an expendable hero for Fnatic. It's like in a game where they are just trying to split push and they are using a support to trade for space. You just do it any time of the day.
Oh, Moshi. That would actually be a pretty big kill. He's 5-1 and 4. But
yep, that would have been a big kill. But now our is going back for Midas.
Is he really?
Yeah, what else? What, Amulet? Is he going Amulet? No way, I think he goes Midas.
Well, if he gets a Midas, yeah, it's super late. I feel like really late game, they actually have good tools versus AM. They've got tons of minus armor, tons of lockdown, tons of physical damage, but it's like how do they get through that like 25 to 40
The Pugna is like a big liability in the late game because of the mana pool he has.
Yeah, and generally in a team fight he wants to stand there and life drain, which is just like literally painting like, please execute me with Mana Void all over your forehead.
And he needs to yell at his team, don't stand around me, I'm gonna get Mana Void.
But they have a Darkseer, they can pull them together.
That's something. Kapow! Mana Void.
Yes, that would actually be worth a Kapow.
So right now Fnatic are gonna make their smoke, and I guess Nat has wards. Does he have wards to place? Oh yeah, Ohio has wards to place.
Maybe he blinks away just in the nick of time, actually. Guess he didn't see them at first. That was kind of a late
Aegis
reaction, but RTK slithering, rushing forward. He gets orchided by Mushi. The turnaround might be coming. There's the back. RTK almost dead off the bat. The quad bolt finishes him off. Maybe taking a full duration death ward. Will end up going down. And now, round 2. Let's go. Net caught out on the side of the fight. LGD desperately trying to find that backup kill. And oh my god, I was wondering what the hell that horrible sound was. It's the freaking death ward when the Witch Doctor's healing, man. Oh, my ears. I thought like someone had music on. It's like painful.
And you're calling me the DJ. You're the real DJ.
Oh, Chrissy's the real DJ. We are all but
imposters.
Yes, we are all imposters compared to Chrissy-sama. Black now getting close to the big item.
It feels like we are not concentrating on the game. Because it's a typical anti-mage game and they're ahead. That's the last thing you want. When you're playing against anti-mage and you're behind. It's like, it's a very tough situation to be in the game because you know you can't be behind against AM because it's so hard to deal with him. It's very frustrating.
I've just got auto follow on here, you know. Feet up, relaxing a little bit.
You need a webcam to actually show you actually relaxing.
I mean, we'll keep an eye on the mini-map. We'll move the camera if something important's happening. Looks like LGD just moving through the Radiant jungle right now. Black playing a little keep away. They do get a deep ward down on the hill. Nicely done by the Slardar. Black is playing this very safe. He doesn't want to throw this game because then his team won't pick him anti-mage again. So he wins here, and then the real victory is next time you can say, guys, pick me anti-mage. Last time you picked me anti-mage, we won.
Do you know anti-mage is not his favorite hero?
Is under attack.
It's definitely his favorite hero.
No, it's not his favorite hero.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Pudge. What else is his favorite hero?
Is under attack.
Maybe he has more fun playing Invoker, but in terms of like what he wants to be picked in a big game, I think it's definitely AM.
Dire's top tower
Oh,
is under
great
attack.
gank. Really successful anti-mage gank, guys. They just don't have to
Dire's
catch
top
Winter.
tower has
So blink on
fallen.
Shaker, maybe a Wyvern blink eventually could come in handy here.
I think the
That's asking a lot.
Slada has to anticipate the AM's movement though. Like how I talk about the parking spaces when you go to a mall.
You have to like figure out who's about to leave so you
Dire's
can
top
just
Yeah, you have
swoop
to,
in.
you basically have to camp in a lane and just wait for him to come instead of just trying to hunt him down all the time because he's always going to be very difficult to catch. With AM, you have to anticipate his movements and farm patterns especially because Black is actually very efficient. It's not that difficult to pinpoint his location.
And all anti-mage players, like the top anti-mage players always have a very similar rhythm to their farm.
Yeah. You have to read.
You know which trees they're going to cut, which camps they're going to blink to,
You-
where they run before they blink.
you can't really follow them because they're always going to be faster.
You have
than
to be
you.
waiting for them at the next camp, or like meet them there, basically.
Yeah.
Meet and greet.
That's basically the way you want to catch it.
Big clash coming out. RTK blink crush initiation, but Mushi BKB dodges it. Now the look at it go. It's happening. And dear God, with the zaps already, my ears. Dota, please. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Come on, avoid him. Come on, Black.
It hurts more for LGD to lose
Dire's
that
middle
fight.
tower is
Sounds like
under
a rave party. Jesus.
My tank is used.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Now I see why you're not wearing the earphones. That really needs to be changed, by the way. That's just terrible. This game quickly turned into a Skrillex concert or something. Maybe going for the record. They even commit. Winter's Curse. Can they kill a Black? Yes, sir. You betcha. Fnatic say yeah. We're running it anyway. Black gets cocky. Gets punished. Maybe even more. Maybe. Jumping in. Back wall is there. They follow this up. Can Fnatic
Oh,
actually
another
head on?
orchid.
Again, these quick draw orchids from Mushi. So fast.
So furious.
Dire's top
But they're
tower
gonna be
is
able
under
to
attack.
get out, just losing the AM.
Just that AM kill, 2,000 gold swing. But still only barely tickles
Dude,
their advantage.
you think they care? They are the team with the AM and they're ahead now.
Might care too. Gonna lose Ohio as well. Are they gonna lose Ohio? Somebody finish him. Now the bash on RTK, one last raise, maybe reluctantly grabs the kill. Mushi does not have his ultimate though. Now they're strike. What a back! Chrissy! Sick combo there.
No wall though.
Just on his own though, doing work. Allowing them to chase Fnatic to turn. They're gonna grab two. They want DDT as well. Charge is available. And they're gonna let it fly. The 2-hero charge through. See you guys, I'm going to mid. Mushi, you can clean this one up, but can Mushi clean this one up? No, it doesn't seem so. Forced to blink away. And Black finally will respawn. Pugna going to be the man in the sights now.
It's time to use the Aghanim's ultimate. Man. Has he even been able to stand in a fight because there's just so many disables, like so many spells that can actually
I mean,
stop.
how are you supposed to?
Yeah, like you need a BKB for that.
You need like a blink dagger to get on the high ground or something.
Endurance run. Gold.
I don't know.
Serious?
I'm trying to theory
A
craft
blink
here.
on Pugna?
A blinkna. It's almost as good as the blinks.
Do you agree that Blink can be purchased on any hero?
Yeah, pretty much.
Even a queen?
Maybe not like anti-mage or quap, but other than that, pretty much anyone.
There are no heroes that you can say getting a Blink is like bad
Terrible,
or
yeah.
terrible.
What does LGD need to do to get back in this game, Winter? What's like the 2 or 3 like key things they have to do? They take your Roach now, obviously that's good. But
Yeah.
besides that,
Catch, I think they need to use the startup much better to catch the AM. And let's see whether they actually get the Roshan though. It's still a question.
they're a little afraid to fight in here. Maybe that's just the last hit. But also now complete a butterfly. Big grab for him. Thought they vacuum maybe onto the wall. Huge plays from DJ Chrissy, isolating the most fearsome hero on the LGD side. While meanwhile, the Death Lord keeps on going. Look at it go! He'll buy more. Shadow Friend at long last rejoining the fight. And God, my freaking ears. Oh, that hurts so bad. 4 down, maybe. Can he do it alone? Unloads the Spirit Bomb. Tries to commit on the Black. It's not going to happen.
He's all alone, waiting to die.
Yeah, it's all Shadow Friend. It's a wipe, Winter. It's a godlike quap. It's actually not as bad of a gold spin as I thought it would be. Well, I think it was in 2 chunks.
It just feels like the overall strategy wasn't quite right with the Slada. I mean, the Slada is good versus AM, but they just didn't fit like what they had in the first 4. If they didn't have Pugna and you have Slada in the safe lane, and you maybe go for... If you really wanted to pick another support, you can put Shaker off lane and then you go for another support. But I think Slada would have done a lot of work if he was provided a good start, like safe lane, or you have a Lich on the offlane with the Slada. As long as Slada had a good start, you're able to actually catch the AM much better. I could foresee this strategy actually working for them, but because they ditched him, I guess he drafted himself.
I'm still not really like feeling the Pugna. He had free farm in the safe lane. He didn't really do anything with it. He didn't win them a team fight with the ward. He didn't really push any towers that another hero couldn't have.
They didn't reach the timing where they wanted to. Where
I would honestly, if they wanted to run Pugna, I would have rather seen like a stronger safe lane where Slardar can farm. But Pugna that's the beauty of the Darkseer is the problem. Like you put Darkseer up against Slardar, Slardar's gonna have a shitty time regardless.
That's why you have Lich Slardar off lane.
Yeah. That's the other possibility, is having a better support for the offlane. I mean, Earthshaker can't do anything after the Fissure block.
I would have actually preferred to have, if they insist in having the Pugna type of strategy where they are trying to reach a timing where you need Blink or Slada, Mech on Pugna, SF with BKB or whatever items that he wants to rush. You need to reach that timing much faster, especially the Blink on the Slada. So I just don't feel like it's good to ditch a hero like Slada on the offlane without giving him too much help.
Agreed.
You can't ditch him.
That said, though, Lil, you know, we saw that support Slardar, and he still had a huge impact.
Did he actually? I think he got the dagger.
You were saying like, oh my god, this guy's doing so much.
He got the blink like around the same time. RTK got his
23 minutes. He was 1-0. He went from 0-0-0 I think to 1-0-5. All of a sudden.
Yeah, but then again, that game because he had a lot of space made for him by the Brute, and this game no one is actually making space for
Tyler's making space for Black. Normally you want to make space for your teammates, but that's all Pugna's good for at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Pugna is just it's a tough hero to fit into drafts nowadays, it feels like.
You have to go all in though when you have like Pugna. When you have a core Pugna.
Should they I mean, I don't know. What do you get, like a Nature's Prophet in the offlane instead? Just super push?
I could see why they actually went for the Slada with this draft, but maybe not Shaker. He needed a different support. I'm not sure though. But then again, because they wanted the Shaker to probably defend the SF against the SB ganking mid as well, so there were a lot of points of consideration why they wanted the Shaker this game. You can't have everything, so you have to choose what you want and what you prioritize more.
Fnatic, one of 2 SEA teams here at the big dance in Singapore. Mineski, okay showing so far, 1-3, but a lot of pressure on Fnatic here to bring home that first win for an SEA team.
They might have lost
on home soil.
They might have lost 3 games, but all the games were like.
Yeah, I mean, of course they actually played quite well.
Games, yeah.
Gonna chunk Black down a bit, but he does have his own butterfly, so he's able to withstand this punishment for maybe, and he'll probably just use it to grow stronger. Come back angrier. So what? How much longer do you wait if you're Fnatic? Is this just get your BKB Abyssal and go, Winter? What's the what's the timing window here?
I think you get BKB though next on AM, then you can go. You don't really need to wait for Abyssal. You can go with the BKB because most of the disables that you are gonna survive from with the BKB, and you're gonna force them to use curse on you. And as long as you have your teammates around when they curse you to disable the rest of the heroes, especially the SF, the AM should be able to survive the whole ordeal.
LGD, huge jump forward. DDC immediately echoes the air pulse, but that's okay because Dota wants to kill my eardrums again. So Ohio continues to heal himself up and continues to get zapped by the Netherward Burst Trouble. He'll drop as well. 2 quick grabs. But fortunately for Fnatic, Black is safe. And he will immediately start pressuring the bottom lane and ratting it up. But they're going to breach high ground, Winter. No buybacks. Fnatic Feels like this game shouldn't have even been this close, but now their base under siege. Blink, back, Chivas, and the wall, everything maybe withstands it. Now decides to back off, run away. DJ Chrissy, oh god, that's some serious damage from Black. Now the bash back, the smackdown, let's get ready to kill, says Black. It's time for the Space Jam, the triple, the charge down mid, and the Pugna. Just a walking death trap for his team.
Just so you know, they took the fight 3v5.
Yeah, because, you know, they have a Pugna.
And you don't count Pugna as a hero.
No. Not in this game, anyway. I mean, part of it's the anti-mage pick, for
Dire's
sure.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's
I don't think he's played the Pugna poorly. It's not like there's anything else.
It's just the overall strategy.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, you know, Silar's a shitty Pugna. A good Pugna could do better here. Just a tough game to be a Pugna.
He should have been using his ultimate to keep the Shadow Fiend alive.
Yeah, just sit back and give him the old sucky in reverse.
You know, I actually like the one of the drafts that I saw with Pugna was with Io, and he was with a core Medusa. Io tethers to the Medusa and Pugna keeps great.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
You don't approve?
Oh! You know, they actually had a shot on him with that, but they missed, and now Black jumps back in. Pop ults deployed. LGD, perhaps on their last legs here in game number 1 as Fnatic continue to rampage right through their base. LGD commit a BKB for this. He's happy to do it for the kill. And then they just glide away. Wait for the next creep wave. Wait for the combo. The Dark Seer, fully online, operational. This is a live battle station Fnatic are throwing out into LGD's face, and I don't think LGD are liking the results too much.
Dire's top tower is under
Tower
attack.
will drop. Safety
Dire's
first as
top
Black
tower has
looks away.
fallen.
LGD getting a taste of their own old medicine. So, Winter, I know I think it's public that Xiao8 had some kind of critical remarks about the new LGD roster. When he left the team, RTK joined.
Why do we have to go there all the time?
Well,
Why?
it's interesting, you know? This is Xiao8, former teammate, captain, legendary.
Basically
leader as well. Do you feel the flame is justified? Well, why don't you repeat what he said first, the fans in context?
Why?
Well, it's what Xiao8 said. It's fair game. He said it publicly. It's not like a private conversation.
I don't know what he said 100%.
Oh, okay. He tweeted though,
I know
like a
he
Weibo
just
post,
said
right?
that he didn't feel RTK would have been. He doesn't feel that RTK would have been a good fit for this team. Like that's what he meant.
And do you think that's in terms of like individual play style, the way he likes to draft or run his lineups? Like, what do you think he meant by that?
I think it's probably because that he feels that he's not going to be able to use this team as effectively as how he drafts and how he uses. Like being a captain is all about
because generally
using your teammates.
If you look at
very
RTK, like every team he's had for a long time now, it feels like it's at least since like post TI4 anyway. It's always like these very fighting heavy, like
and
team fight heavy
he likes
lineups.
Pugna as well. Pugna is something that he likes.
Yeah, that's definitely the RTK flavor in the draft. No question about that. Do you feel like that the style that they're going for is just not strong, or
Double down on
do you think that's kind of overrated? It's much more just
I think it's
the
more
team's
of
not
like
gelling.
The team is not gelling. That's number one, and the other thing is like he's not using his team. Like he's not using maybe enough. I feel like.
Like not giving him like explosive playmakers.
Yeah.
Like Xiao8 gave him the Ember, maybe did a ton of work without a TI.
It could have just gave him the Ember this game.
And that's, I mean, I guess that's where it's fair to question the captain a little bit when he's the one making the draft. You know what maybe he can do with this hero. You know what the Dark Seer together can do with it. With the loss here, LGD's still in fine shape though, as they would sit 2-1, but Fnatic's one of the teams, if you want to finish top of this group, you need to be ideally 2-0 in Fnatic because you're going to have to face still Secret as well as eHome.
Which are the tough nuts of the group.
Who do you think's the strongest team right now in the group? Would you put Fnatic first? Or, Secret first? Yeah, not Fnatic.
Yeah, I think so. After their showing at MLG, I would actually feel that they are the favorites in this group. But you know, it's Dota, anything can happen. You might be the favorites. You can be the favorites, but you can still lose.
Anything is possible.
Go Davai. You know, when the game is chaotic.
Black, the team smoking. They get the charge off onto maybe end of the Roche pit. He's just waiting for the respawn here, and now the anti-mage engages, jumps right onto RGD, but he gets hurt. Black's in pretty far. Wait for the Monovoid. Black Phantom going down. He will. He gets chunked down. No buyback for 100 seconds. Oh, dear God. Fnatic, not like this. They get off the Requiem. No one maybe stands strong. He continues to work on net, driving them back. They've lost 2, but they got an AM, and they might also get net. They will. It's a 3 for 2 so far. I'm not sure if Mushi or DJ can get it done any longer. The healing ward continues to go to work, and I just wildly missed that triple kill as the Witch Doctor falls as well. Maybe leaping forward. He wants the 4th kill. He's going to have the raises. He knew he could have double raised. In the end, Winter, Black makes a committed leap forward, and he got mega punished for that.
He got killed by himself, basically.
Yeah.
His own mental illusions.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Now an MKB. Now Shadow Fiend almost able to man up on this anti-mage with a little help from his friend.
Dire's top
Yeah, but
barracks
realistically,
has fallen.
Fnatic, well, maybe not.
Oh,
Whoa,
Mushi!
whoa.
What?
The
What does it
place-
play? Hex one, and then silence the other, then blink out and leave nothing but a body in your wake. Mushi,
Well,
he still has
He's
it.
been reacting so well.
He's
this
got the BKB available. This is it's been a while since I've seen
Dude,
a game where like Mushi like
you
takes
know,
over.
He even got the
Mushi is taking over.
He
Right
even
now.
got the Orchid and Hex targets, right? He needed to hex the SF so SF can right click him and Orchid the other guy, the Earthshaker. Damn, like everything was right.
Another Hex, another Blink. And they are still going to hunt this, though. RTK pretty quick and nimble here. The Blink will cool down. He goes back in for the Hex, or rather the Orchid, just to be safe. Meanwhile, the rest of the team casually dewarding. Yeah, that was a sick play by Mushi. I think that's... By the way, how are they even coming close to losing fights with this advantage?
Because Black jumped forward
Yeah,
too much. He didn't do anything the last fight.
he really didn't.
Apart from killing himself, he didn't do anything.
And he didn't have buyback either. That could have been dangerous.
But they understand that they are very far ahead. That's why he could have actually gone without buyback. Because that would have not happened if they didn't get the... Like, if he didn't pop his own Manta, he would have been fine.
You know, you think you're Superman when you get to this point as anti-mage. You can 1v1 almost anyone. You've got the huge advantage. The lanes are pushing in. Creeps are whacking away at the base right now, but LGD, they don't want to back. They know the big boy's back in the pit. Old Roshan. Not something to be given away lightly, but their choice may be made up for them soon enough as the creeps continue to slowly trickle in. Fnatic is going to call their bluff. They send Black over top. Already the Pugna coming home for whatever good he's worth.
Pugna might just dive to the Abyssal if he gets caught.
Let's be honest, this guy dies to anything.
To Tofu.
So if you're LGD, what do you do, Winter? Do you go contest Roche? Do you focus?
You have to.
Do you push out the lanes?
If you give away, like, it's similar with the VP game, where they were up against Mineski's, what was it? The first game against Mineski. You have to be able to contest the Roche even though you're behind, because there's no way they come back after that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You have to make your last stand there. You can't give it for free, basically.
And they are certainly trying, but again, these pesky creeps just keep on pushing in. Slowly but surely. So in order to win a fight for LGD, they basically have to lock down the AM with Curse, right? Like, there's... I guess they could maybe crush him and echo him. They need to spend at least, like, 2, if not all of their stuns just to kill him off.
Yep, I think they need the curse as well.
Mushi kind of close to getting caught out there. RTK is going to slither forward. Mushi, BKB dodges the stun, and he forces RTK to commit for it. Then he turns with the ult. RTK likely to go down, and that makes it easy for Black. No Slardar in the chase. Now everybody get the hell home. Get out of here. Mushi is on his A game today. My God, how much coffee did he drink? He's leveling up.
He doesn't like coffee.
Yeah, maybe he bit the bullet and had some. His reactions this game have been just godly. Not a single mistimed Orchid, Hex, Blink, BKB. Like, everything's been on point in the proper order at the correct time.
Everything is to dodge RTK.
And RTK is floundering about. Mushi is just making him look silly. Perhaps some guy is back.
Is under attack.
It's hard for Black to fight though.
My thanks
Doesn't want to
to
take
thee.
that auto attack damage from MMY. Or
That was
maybe.
that was
Jesus.
without M damage
Is under
as well.
attack.
Black is walking in though. He continues to commit. Yeah, he's got the Aegis, but that's going to leave a mark. Forced to jump away. They get the fissure off. Oh, Shadow Fiend finishes off the Aegis nice and quick. Now he's going to pop the BKB. Looks like he needs to run, but more importantly, bottom lane. Mushi trying to duke it out solo against MMY as well as Sylar.
Oh,
He's
Madrid.
working them both down. He might be able to finish them both off. No, turns for the racks. Focuses on objectives while Net dove in far. Got the shaker. That's 2 lanes. Fnatic closing in on their first game win here. And their second match of the group stage. RTK again. Now you see Mushi. Now you don't. He's gone. So they force out the buyback. They get the racks. The
Dire's
Fountain
middle
Smoke
tower
is
is
now
under
in
attack.
session for LGD. And this also feels ill-fated. It will break now. No vision though of DDC. He limps up. And DJ limps away.
And Mushi.
Dire's
Alright, Wyvern down, Rax down. Mushi just throwing the team on his back and single-handedly massacring them. Another, well, actually no, this time BKB was on cooldown. Thought he was going to pop it, but now he does. Maybe at long last RTK will get his sweet, though feudal revenge. Right around the Rosie. There's the best. The crush is going to miss, but they find him anyway. Still Winter, GG. RTK, he's satisfied. He's satiated. He got a little vengeance.
Well, overall strategy was a big issue here for LGD.
It has been, for me, a very long time since I've seen a Fnatic game where I'm like, Mushi is the clear MVP, but I don't think you can ignore this game. This was a masterful display.
A masterful display.
He took down the
of
racks.
finesse.
He took down all the racks. He completely
was
controlled
not-
the
it
map.
was
He
not-
carried when Black
It
was
was not,
dying.
yeah, it was not only that though. It was like the couple of times where he was roaming and he was getting kills for his team, his rotations.
He made it so easy for the anti-mage to farm.
He
as well.
wasn't winning his lane that hard like against the Shadow Fiend. He was just ahead by a slight amount of CS, but he contributed a lot more than the Shadow Fiend later into the game when he was making like they both had very similar kills, but Queen of Pain just made a lot more space for his team.
Round 1 of the Mushi show. A resounding victory here for Fnatic. They get on the board. They're now 1-2
Man, the Pugma just
in their first 3 games.
if they had another hero,
Yeah, I not to say that LGD's draft had 0 chance of winning, but I feel like they would have had a much higher chance if they drafted differently.
the win condition they had this game was really, really tough for them to execute. They needed to make sure that they group up and keep pushing towers and Slada is not dying and he's passively gaining gold from
And they're never pressuring the AM in the laning stage, so you know he's
they
going to
can't pressure him with their heroes.
The Shadow Fiend needs help mid against Quap usually. To
And
stay
Shaker was
even.
like always
Yeah.
there because it's not only the queen because there's SB. So SF is always very pressured in the lane.
All right, well, that was game 1, guys. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, game 2 is Fnatic look to get 3 points on the board in the opening action here. So with that said, I'm LD, he's Winter. We'll be back. Stick around.